Hey, welcome back to Steve Horvath Fishing. Today we're going to talk about finesse swim baits. What's a finesse swim bait? To me, it's any swim bait under about 3.5 inches. So let's say from 3.5 down to 2.8. Okay? When do we want to throw a finesse swim bait? Well, if the water's very clear, finesse swim bait. If the bait is very small, finesse swim bait. If there's a lot of fishing pressure from other guys fishing standard swim baits, finesse swim bait. Will they not hit a bigger swim bait? Finesse swim bait. Hey, that was easy. But there's all kinds. We have the standard fatter ribbed ones. You know, Zoom makes one. We have Kitech, Strike King. Kind of standard, but maybe not. There are thinner ones. This is a Kitech. I guess it's just a regular swing impact, not the fat. It's got a place. And it's an easy shiner. There are a couple other brands that make one similar. There's a place for this too. That's what we're going to talk about. When, why, and where to fish these. Let's get started with cold water. Cold water. Water temperature under, let's say, 48 degrees. And 48 might even be a little bit high, but that's like kind of my demarcation line, 46, 48 degrees. Cold water, the coldest water of the year. I'll generally fish a ball head, either 1/8 or 1/4. I very rarely go anything heavier, especially with something like this easy shiner. This easy shiner has a very tight tail wobble. Not like the bigger boot tail that get boom, 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 boom. Very tight tail wobble. It's a much more subtle bait. So the cleaner and colder the water, the more I'll go with an easy shiner type of bait. Then we have the regular swing impact. Works in warmer water, colder water. But what I'll say is, if the bait fish in the area are thinner, if they're feeding on small perch, if they're feeding on shiners and stuff like that, and that's the food base in your lake, I tend to go with this more. Now as the water warms up, say 50 degrees and over, the bigger boot tail vibrates more, bigger silhouette in the water. This is the fat impact, same as the Zoom or the Strike King, basically. That's the water warmer bait. Now, what about watercolor? Extremely clear water, I'll use more natural colors. Like this kind of smoke deal, or this, what they're calling a perch pattern. The dirtier the water gets, the more I'll go toward straight up whites, something with a little bit of chartreuse. Maybe we'll dye the tail a little bit, something like that. As the water gets even dirtier, you'll find me abandoning these baits completely. Not that they won't work, but there's other things that should work better. So, to sum it up, finesse jerk baits, under 3.5 inches, 1/8 or 1/4 ounce head, rarely a 3/8, and the colder the water, the tighter the wobble you want. Hey, for Steve Horvath Fishing, I'm Steve.